for over 100 years. Just over a month ago, of course, we discovered a far earlier reference to the cocktail, dating to 1791 and coming out of Westminster. So it proves, of course, that the cocktail is not in no way American, that it's actually an invention not just British, but an invention from London. So that's a great moment for us to celebrate the inaugural London Cocktail Week, and we're very, very lucky and thrilled to be a big part of London Cocktail Week this year. So this is the 42 Below Cocktail World Cup Final. To explain how we've arrived at this moment, 390 bartenders 3 months ago were whittled down through regional finals, and we've ended up with 7 teams that are going to be competing in front of you today. 3 bartenders to a team, representing each of the great cocktail regions of the UK. London, of course, well, the 2 parts of London don't really talk to each other. So we've got West London, West is best, and of course East London, showing that famous East London grasp of grammar, calling themselves East is beast. Alright. Now, guys, just to give you an idea about how it's going to work today, each of our teams will have 3 minutes to set up. They have to make 6 cocktails for our judges, who I'll introduce in just a moment. Then they have 7 minutes, or 420 seconds, or 42 decaseconds to produce 6 cocktails. 4 will go to our judges, 1 will be photographed, and 1 will make its way around the crowd for you to enjoy. Each of the cocktails you're going to see today is very unique, either an interpretation of a very old-fashioned cocktail, or perhaps something brand new which you've never seen before. So, appropriately enough, the Carnival of the Cocktail takes place first, here at Circus Club. Thank you all very much for coming along. We'll just quickly introduce our 4 judges. First of all, we are very, very lucky to have New Zealand's most famous London expat chef, one of 100 hot new chefs to watch, and the executive chef of the Modern Pantry, Anna Hansen. From one of the UK's leading bar and drinks publications, we have Clinton Kaywood from Imbibe. And then 2 bartenders who were once sharp enough to be part of the 42 Below Cocktail World Cup when it happened in New Zealand. Now, as they're older and slightly more infirm, we invited them from respectively New Zealand and Ireland to judge. Let me introduce Alan Kavanagh from Ireland. And Ricky Carter from the Matterhorn in Wellington, or as he's known among Cocktail World Cup circles, the Ricky Carter Experience. Ladies and gentlemen, allow me to introduce Team East London, East is Beast, representing 98 Bar and Lounge, a venue that's not quite open, but when it is, it will seriously be talked about. We have Mr. Daniel Hutchins-Reid. With Lucky Star on the side of Samuel Pepys' birthplace, we have Julian De Farrell. And with Toulouse and Shoreditch, we have Victor Nordelov. We have 7 minutes, ready, steady, shake. That's good.
Good morning, judges, bartenders and comrades. We, as Jacob has kind of mentioned, we are Team East London, and we thought that we don't actually have a drop of British blood in between the 3 of us, which never seems to be a competition before. So we make up for it by creating some very London-centric cocktails, something which is quintessentially British. We're going to take you on a journey, on a liquid journey through time, starting off in the 15th century. When the depressed, miserable Brits used to warm their cockles on those dark, dreary days by drinking something called a hot spiced ale. Hot spiced ale would be typically ale sweetened up and with a little bit of spices. It would give them a little bit of warmth and get them through those cold winter nights. We're going to be starting off by using 42 Manuka honey, flavoured vodka. Honey being the most popular sweetener at the time, 50 mils of that. And we've got a spiced, reduced ale syrup here. So instead of using a fresh ale, we've got some London ale spiced up with typical Christmas spices and reduced it with a little bit of sugar. So we've got an equal measure of that. Finally, I'm putting in just roughly 10 mils of lemon juice to balance out the ingredients. Top. With a little bit of hot water from this fat one over here.
Brought to you by Teams Water.
Good old London tap water, that's right. Great to well.
They're sponsoring us, by the way.
So, this is our first drink now, Liquid Journey through time. That's 42 below. Wait, it's not over yet. It's got a way to go. We're going to now go straight through to the early 19th century, to the 1830s, where on Conduit Street, Limner's Hotel produced what's popularly known as the Collins. The Collins, Dan has adapted in a fruity fashion by combining 42 below seaweed vodka, which tends to go very well with raspberry. So we've got some raspberry syrup in there, again a very popular 19th century ingredient. We've dried it out with a little touch of maraschino, soured it down with some lemon juice, and finally we're going to top it up with some soda water. Let's drink.
True.
Dan, what have you got in your other taker?
Well, Julian, if we move forward to 1919, this is one that you will most likely recognise as the old, the Collins. We're going for, so this is a lie, this is not the Collins. The Feijoa Lady, you may recognise it as a white lady, untrained eye. If you recognise it, it is a Feijoa Lady. For this one we're using the original 1919 London recipe, courtesy of Mr. McElhone. Not using gin because, you know,
He would have
we're
used
too
the
below,
job
it's
if
just
it
so
had been
much
around.
better. Exactly. So we're using the lovely eucalyptus notes of the 42 Feijoa, with some creme de menthe, which finally goes very well with the minty flavours in there. So that's this drink right here. And next up we're going to go over to Victor. Victor's preparing for us in this amazing glass. We're doing our Bombay Blue Vespa. Some people believe it was prepared by an American mixologist bartender for some character by the name of Ian Fleming. We know actually prepared by the quintessential London gentleman James Bond for his cheating, lying girlfriend. For this one we're going for 42 below pure, or it was until it was infused for 3 months. In East London, there's some slight curry flavours in there. And we're using the wonderful notes of Bombay Sapphire as well. As much as we tried, couldn't talk Victor out of putting some blue curacao in there. We also managed to get a hold of Goldfinger. He's supplied us with our wonderful gold martini. And that brings together our Bombay Blue Vespa. Over to you, Victor.
So where does it bring us up to today? And what is today is 1983, where Dick Bradson, the bartender's bartender, is making some legendary cocktails that they probably will make in the future. So he made the Bramble, but he also made something called the vodka espresso, or the espresso martini. And instead of using plain old simple coffee or espresso, going to Cafe Nero or something, we actually chose to use 42 pure and infuse it with just some regular coffee beans, like a northern Italy style, so robusta.
2 minutes to go, guys.
Yeah, and Arabica. Surprisingly, it works so well, the fruit flavors of the coffee works well with the passion fruit. So we stir this, heavy on the passion fruit, a little bit of coffee infused 42 pure, and sweetness and body from the just regular passion fruit syrup. And that's the passion fruit coffee.
Right, so moving on quickly because we've got very short amount of time. At this point, as you can see, we've got our London or British Cocktail Hall of Fame. At this point, you must be thinking that we're absolutely bonkers. We've created 5 drinks when clearly you've asked us for one. We have, however, thought this through a little more than you may expect from Team East London. And we've decided that we're even nicer when combined with crushed ice. There you go, you can sample the individual drinks there. It reflects the cultural melting pot that's London. The blend of history, the blend of
ethnicity.
Thank you, that's Victor's word of the day. The colours, the culture, the different races. All of this is going to result in a wonderfully complex drink where each component from the original cocktail combined together.
It's so
True London punch. 5 different ingredients, 542 of those flavours.
We got sour, fresh and fruity notes from the White Lady and the Collins. We got like bitterness and length from the coffee. We got aromatics and body and sweetness from the hot spice ale.
Alright, so what we're going
Believe it or not, putting 5 quintessentially London cocktails together has actually, you're not going to see yet, but you will see it. It actually creates quite a regal red, courtesy of Queen Elizabeth herself.
we thought in true outrageous 42 below fashion, we needed an incredibly long-winded and hard to pronounce name. So we decided to call this drink So You Think You Can Make 5 separate cocktails, throw them in a blender, blend them up together to make one big ass punch at the 42 below Cocktail World Cup UK Finals 2010.
So you think you can?
The longest.
Ladies and gentlemen, and with a name like that, I'm sure Clinton's hoping very much you don't win so he doesn't have to write it up in the magazine. Otherwise we'll have to buy more newsprint. Gentlemen, sorry. Alright, in a few minutes, Team South Coast, south of the UK, will be
Finish. Yeah.